They saying that hip hop has a baby mama issue. I mean, we kind of already like figured this out. Like a lot of rappers got a lot of baby mama issues. That's kind of like one of the things you always hear in the news when it comes to these rappers. So shit, I don't know what the Waste is gonna talk about in this video, but shout out the Waste for this video, man. Road to 10K. Hip hop has a baby mama problem, y'all. Let's get straight into it, man.
There are many temptations in the world of hip hop. Some get into.
For all my new subscribers, I love y'all. Let's hit this 10K, man. Road to 10K, bro. We gonna get it. When we get it, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I might shed a fucking tear, bro. I might fucking cry. I might buzz down and start crying in this bitch, bro. But road to 10K, man.
Drugs. Others squander their fortunes on things they don't really need, and others can't leave behind the life they once led in the hood. But one systemic issue in rap that often goes overlooked is the problem of rappers and their multiple baby mamas. Because if you aren't willing to step up to the plate and raise those kids, it can do some serious damage to your reputation.
Real talk,
and
real
worse,
talk.
Serious damage to the kids,
regardless if you rapper or not.
The crossfire of all the bitter fighting and public controversy. It's your boy Luesta, and today we're taking a look at hip-hop's baby mama problem and the toll it takes on everyone involved. Although you likely know who some of the people we're going to be referencing in this video are, it's important to note that the issue of rappers spreading their seed without properly considering the consequences isn't solely an issue of the newer generation. And to understand how it affects the modern generation of rappers, we must first look at the issues it caused for others. This includes a rapper who many hip-hop heads would consider to be one of the greatest of all time. Over the course of his much too short life, DMX fathered 17 children from 11 women. Where once he was at the top of the game,
17?
The fact that he had so recklessly impregnated women.
17? Bro, that nigga trying to start a school or some shit. Like, what the fuck? Or he was trying to. Shit. Damn, 17, bro. God.
Came back to bite him when rapping wasn't as lucrative for the dog anymore. In 2013, he had child support debts which surpassed $1.2 million. Then in 2015, he was sentenced to 6 months in prison for delinquency on $400,000 of child support. Like many of the rappers who've gone down this path, X had no strong male role model when he was growing up either. In fact, his home life was far from ideal, and this leads to the creation of collective trauma. In X's case, this unfortunately came to light on a TV show.
I don't really know too much about DMX, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, DMX. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? That was my mom's generation for real. And a few people that was older than me and all that. And some people my age, you know what I'm saying, listen to him and everything like that. But I ain't really listen to him too much. Obviously, I know a few songs by DMX. Who doesn't? But that shit crazy, man. That shit crazy.
World to see. The pain X and his kids both felt became clear during a showdown with his son Xavier, where he was asked to go completely sober in order to have a bond with his adult son. But unfortunately, X, who had a horrifying childhood in his own right, and first smoked crack as a teenager, couldn't promise that.
Damn.
A relationship. A healthy relationship with you. Can we have that?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm...
Clean. Completely clean.
What do you mean?
You.
That's what you're asking me for?
Because that's the only way it's gonna happen. How are we gonna have a nice, healthy relationship if you're toxic?
Well, if there's gonna be a condition, if there's gonna be a demand, all I've given you is unconditional love, I'm not gonna change for anyone. My son was nothing for me. I have so much to offer. I still love you.
I love you too.
I guess I'll see you at my funeral.
Tragically, X would die at...
No way, man. Damn, man. That hurts seeing, bro. See, I'm saying, man, I never really seen any of this. I know a lot of y'all probably have already seen all this, but I ain't know that even happened, man. That's crazy. What's sad about it is, you know, that's a lot of people's lives, you know? Like, a lot of people and their parents, like, that's exactly how shit really goes down. They tell them, like, you know, I don't really want to speak on people, you know what I'm saying, things that people could have went through, but nah, man, that's sad, bro. Real talk. That's
just
really
50 years old, with his cause of death being a cocaine-induced heart attack, leaving so much unsaid and unresolved. To make matters worse, X's recklessness meant that it made things...
And it just hurts because, like, you really try to give that person the help that they need, but, you know, the drugs just make them refuse, man. That shit, that stuff not cool,
incredibly messy when X sadly departed, with more alleged kids coming out of the woodwork to stake a claim to his estate. So, while someone like Nick Cannon having 12 kids with 6 women...
Oh, we know about this dude. I'm surprised. Hey, I'm surprised he don't got 17. You know what I'm saying? DMX kind of surprised me with that one for sure. But this dude, I'm surprised he don't got 17.
Studies would show the true toll that this unfortunate trend in hip-hop has on everyone involved. And
What if I told you for $1 down you could get any Apple product like the MacBooks, iPads,
and more crucially, how it has reinforced negative stereotypes as well. Just look at the late Shawty Lo, for example. Back in the 2010s, it was revealed that the D4L rapper, who had 11 kids to 10 moms, would be the star of a reality show on Oxygen entitled All My Baby Mamas. From the minute it was announced, people were deeply concerned about how this reflected on society, and it soon led to a petition to cancel the show, which received over 37,000 signatures. In the clip I saw, Lo couldn't even remember the names of all of his children.
Bro, that's wild.
Said one of the campaigners who led the fight against it in an interview. This is not funny to me. What's so funny about this? This is not just an attack on African American parents and children.
Hey, bro, before y'all try to cancel me, bro, I am not laughing at the actual matter. You know what I'm saying? I'm not laughing at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm part of the color. You know what I'm saying? I ain't laughing at it. I know my color, we really do go through this stuff. I'm just like, this dude really made a show. Like, he was trying to make a show out of this shit. Like, bro, you're tripping.
All parents and children. As dysfunctional and violent as so-called reality shows are, could you ever imagine a 1-hour spectacle where 11 children are forced to witness their 10 unwed mothers clamor for financial support, emotional attention, and sexual reward from Shawty Lo? The apathetic father? Suddenly, Shawty Lo, who would also tragically die young, would be forced to try to defend himself to the conservative media. And it seemed like he was just too stuck in the same cycle as DMX.
I think a big fear also was that it was going to glorify the idea of pretty much everybody I've ever spoken with views as something that was irresponsible, having so many kids with so many women. Do you think that given your situation as a dad of 11 kids with 10 women, you are in a position to send the right message about parental responsibility?
Basically, you know, everybody wasn't born with a silver spoon, mister. Basically, like I said, I came from a very hard upbringing. I can't take back what happened.
Although the show never aired, people being concerned about Shawty Lo's reality shouldn't have been the real focus, because by all accounts, he was a man who was in his children's lives and took care of them. As a result, neither the baby mamas themselves or any of Shawty's enemies in hip-hop could ever hold that against him. But for today's artists who lived a similar life, the era of social media has meant that this has gone from being a personal issue on the fringes of hip-hop to a real problem, which can permanently damage the parties involved. So let's take a look at rappers who have had to wrestle with this situation and, more often than not, came out looking more like a deadbeat than Dad of the Year in the eyes of hip-hop fans. And where better to start than the
Cardi supposed to be on this list?
Himself. Over the course of his career,
not like I'm trying
Future
to call
has
him, but I
fathered
heard,
8
you know what I'm
kids
saying?
with 8 women. Since the start of his journey to fame, being a father has been an integral part of Future's public image and persona. Initially, he was seen as a role model, largely due to how he presented himself in this role.
You are an amazing man, because I don't know how you keep him all friendly.
Man, you gotta be a nice guy, you feel me? It's easy though for me though.
How
This
is it
nigga
easy
Future
to
just makes me laugh,
all the
bro.
baby mamas just get along?
Man, just put the kids first, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Over time, this perception would starkly shift, as somehow that version of Future is the same man that would later say the following in an interview with GQ. People have their own definition of what toxic is. These women all were toxic to me. They just don't want to admit it. Over the years, Future has weathered tons of negative attention and bad press, stemming from his ongoing war with his baby mamas over what they see as his mistreatment of them and the neglect of the kids.
On the Mount Rushmore,
Take his baby mama, Brittany Mealy,
People
for
don't wanna talk
example.
about it,
They've
though.
been at war for years over their son Prince. It's even been alleged that he even referred to her as a hoe in a text message to their 8-year-old son, with Brittany stating, "He texts this to a child. You a real coward. He's 8 years old, stupid." Later, she revealed that Future hadn't seen his son for 3 months despite being in the same state. Never one to apologize or back down, his infamous Mother's Day tweets saw him declare that the only mothers of his children, Hendrik and Cash, were real ones. While in 2019, it took Eliza Serafin taking him to court for him to admit that their child was his. Later, she sued him for damages over allegations he made that she had purposefully gotten herself pregnant rather than because of the 2 years of unprotected sex the parties previously engaged in. Despite the fact that Future has proclaimed that it's the woman who sparked the downfall of these relationships and created distance between himself and his offspring, there are numerous scenarios where this very clearly isn't the case. Take his relationship with Sierra, who welcomed baby Future in 2014. That relationship ended when Sierra, who is now married to Russell Wilson, discovered that Future had been having an affair with his wardrobe consultant, Tarina Lee. By contrast, she and Russell...
Bro, how the fuck do you cheat on Sierra, bro? None of these women should have got cheated on. If any of these females got cheated on, none of them deserve to get cheated on. But nigga, you cheated on Sierra, bro, with a wardrobe assistant or whatever the fuck. Come on, bro. Come on, man. You had Sierra, bro.
Russell Wilson actually remained celibate until they got married. As of now, Russell has been there for his child to the extent that people think he has more right to the title of father than the multi-platinum-selling star who helped create him. The dad that stepped up, no questions. That's Russell's son. Y'all keep saying stepdaddy. That's a father.
Nickelodeon was kid everything, but that marked one of the darkest chapters. These are 3.
On the other hand of the spectrum, Future was clowned for his disconnection to the child after he bought him a Rolex for his 5th birthday.
Happy birthday.
This clip went viral, prompting social media responses such as, "I'm crying, Future got his son a Rolex for his 5th birthday, and Buddy said thanks like it was a lukewarm Capri Sun. All his homies got Avenger toy sets and action figures. Baby Future sitting in the playground with a goddamn Rolex, looking lost." I know for a fact that Lil Future did not want a Rolex at the age of 5, seemingly only showing up to the big events as opposed to putting the kids first.
I doubt it's the only gift he got his
There's
son,
no more
bro.
clear-cut example of the effect that Future's negligent ways
It's the
have
only
on
one that
not
nigga
only
probably
his
showed off.
reputation, but the child themselves, then his baby with Jessica Smith. Brought into the world in 2002, Jacoby Wilborn is the firstborn son of Future. But even though the first child is usually treated as a divine gift, it appears that's not how it went down this time. In 2013, Jessica first sued him for child support and claimed that he lied about his income to minimize the payments he had to make. Then, 3 years on, she sued him again and claimed that the $2,800 a month allowance would no longer suffice, as she had to send her child to therapy in order for him to process the trauma of his father's neglect. In the suit, she also stated that Future had harmed the child by failing to maintain a loving and meaningful relationship with him. Although it's unclear exactly where the truth lies, it doesn't change the fact that Jacoby, who is an aspiring rapper under the name King Kobe, has had issues. As in January of 2020, a 20-year-old Jacoby was arrested on charges of criminal gang activity, criminal trespass, and altered ID of a firearm during a gang bust. Considering he's the heir to Future's immense fortune, it makes no sense for him to be leading that kind of life. Unless, of course, he has baggage stemming from abandonment. Despite this, Kobe still cites his dad as an inspiration.
Just by seeing it, being there right there, though,
It kinda sound like him.
seeing how other people react to his music,
Just not
he
with the
just being
deep-ass
my
voice.
dad, like just looking at the crowd react to him and how goddamn he get awards and winning stuff. It's just like, dang, I can do that. Like, there's a possibility I can get that same award and people can know all my songs word for word just like they know his song. Well, that's one of my main influences for real.
Where Future previously
that's dope how he still look up to, you know what I'm saying, his dad, even though his dad wasn't in his life, bro. Like, that's still cool as fuck, though. Like, for real, for real. Come on, Future,
as a
bro.
potential figure.
Come on,
One
bro.
person who will be the first to admit that he's not
it,
made for the role is NBA Youngboy. At 24 years old, the Baton Rouge rapper has 11 kids to 7 different women. And where Future tried to maintain an illusion that they all got along, Youngboy apparently had no issue creating literal trauma for them all. Namely, when he used 2 of his baby mamas as enforcers to handle Arcola, the mother of his son Kyle, after she was viewed as being disrespectful towards him. In November of 2023, she went on live to discuss the situation.
Hitting your son's mom in the face with a gun is crazy. Letting her get hit in the face with a gun is crazy. I left with so much blood, bro. It's blood on my son's jacket. I just had to go to Target and grab him a quick little outfit before our flight.
Where many baby mamas
Can't
are
believe
portrayed
everything
as
you see on the
leeches by some
internet,
rappers, Youngboy did this to a woman who didn't seem to be waiting on handout.
So since my son's father got money, I can't work. I can call him for whatever I want right now. Working is a choice for me, but we both are parents. Why would I just let him do everything for my son?
I mean, she is spitting facts. If she
eyes.
got her morals
So
straight.
I'm going to take care of my son by any means.
Over the years, Youngboy has feuded with the vast majority of his baby mamas, even encouraging feuds between them. At one point, Yaya Mayweather, daughter of Floyd Mayweather, and mom of one of Youngboy's kids, got 6 years of probation for stabbing YB's other baby mama, Patrick Jacobs. Now, the kids might be young currently, but what kind of impact will this have on them in the years to come? Well, stay tuned to find out a little later. But what we do know is that all of Youngboy's 11 children probably won't be thrilled to hear that their dad isn't really into having kids in the first place.
I'm not really big on it, to be honest. I'm only like in here cause you here. Cause I'm not the type like to sugarcoat nothing, but I'm 4 walls all day.
Unsurprisingly, this led to massive backlash for Youngboy, who was seen carrying on a cycle that's all too common in the inner city communities he's escaped from. Among the most vocal critics was Charlemagne, who went off on him on The Breakfast Club.
I didn't know I would have to say this, but my brothers, that is whack. All right, so many of us come from broken homes. So many of us had
Charlamagne
fathers and
so
mothers
much,
that
bro,
weren't big on having kids. But what bothers me about statements like this is,
if you want YouTube growth, it's important to use a strategy that works. You have.
NBA YoungBoy talks that gangster talk in his records. Not only does he talk that gangster talk, he talks that big money talk. Well, in the words of Jay-Z, a man that don't take care of his family can't be rich. So don't talk money talk to me if you're not big on fatherhood. And as far as being gangster, you can kill thousands of people in your records, but if you're not big on fatherhood, you're not G at all.
And if we know one thing about YoungBoy, is that it's inadvisable to provoke him. And this, of course, led to a diss track with Act the Donkey.
Hey, tell Charlamagne invited the great digging mountain. All he gotta do is pull up on me, nigga, and talk to me face to face, so I can bet you in your.
But thankfully, it hasn't reached the point where Charlamagne is actively using his record as an absentee parent against him by using his baby mamas. However, the same cannot be said for Chief Keef. Exploding onto the map at just 16 years old, Sosa definitely never tried to act like he was some kind of role model, and nor should anyone view him as one. But there's no denying that he's a casualty of what fame and temptation can lead to. Although it was initially believed that he had 5 kids to 5 women, documents filed during hearings over his child support payments revealed that he had 4 more children to 4 more women. That's 9 kids in total. And according to the transcripts of what was said, Keef did not want to pay for any of them. During the hearings, Keef said that he makes $9,000 a month with $9,000 in expenses, basically implying that he breaks even every month and is left with nothing. Despite this, the judge ordered that he pay $564 a month to each of these women to help pay for the child. Considering that, for a time at least, he was one of the hottest prospects in rap, that figure seemed a little slim. Whatever was the case, people couldn't believe that Keef would do that without thinking of the damage to the children. Literal definition of trashiness. That's disgusting. 4 kids who will be screwed up for life. Beyond that, Erica Early, a woman who is 15 years older than him and had his first child when he was 18, wanted him thrown in jail over unpaid child support, eventually campaigning for $500,000 from him. As a result, he now pays her $2,500 per month. But while all that publicly fighting over money can't be good for the kid in the long run, and there's no question marks about whether or not she's basically groomed an 18-year-old in the first place, it doesn't compare to one of Sosa's other baby mamas, Slim Danger. In hip-hop, there's a negative stereotype that women are out there actively trying to get a baby by a rapper to secure a bag. But while this isn't true for everyone, it's clear that they're out there. Namely, Slim Danger herself. A woman who previously slept with Lil Durk and Lil Baby among others, Slim Danger revealed on a podcast with...
Damn. And this is out there like that? This is just out there for the world to know like that shit. Damn. What is she, in the doll store?
The similarly infamous Selena Powell, that she actively sought out Sosa to try and have a kid with him.
So I didn't get pregnant yet. So I was like, I gotta do a little more manifestation. I gotta get pregnant for this dude with this big ass dick.
I ain't gonna lie, Shawty not even it, bro. Shawty not even it, bro. What is y'all niggas doing, bro? What is y'all niggas doing, man? No disrespect to anybody if that's your baby mama, you know what I'm saying, but...
Previously considered other options, she then realized that Keef wasn't the one to play with.
Considered other options? What the fuck?
Pregnant. He was like, join the crew. I was like, damn, wrong fucking rapper at the time.
After hearing that, people were shocked about how she basically used the eventual kid, Zinc, as a ploy, only to leave him with eventual issues when it comes back around. It's crazy how nonchalant she is about her son not having a relationship with his father, even joking about it. That kid's gonna need a lot of therapy with the parents he has. As if all that wasn't bad enough, Slim then started siding with Sosa's allies when she made peace with the fact that she wasn't getting what she wanted from him, putting him on blast and aligning with Tekashi 6ix9ine. But even he wasn't spared humiliation.
She was 6ix9ine too?
How could I put this? I suck this. Who got a bigger Chief Keef?
6ix9ine was small. How big? He was about a 4.5, 5.
Although having a kid with the wrong woman did damage to Keef's credibility in the short term, he's still very much seen as a hero in the genre, even with his kids being left without a father. However, when it comes to baby mama drama arising from dealing with a woman who'd happily air your dirty laundry, no one miscalculated quite like Freddie Gibbs. A while back, Freddie Gibbs was dating an adult film star who went by the name of Destiny Crane. Over time, they got closer, and when she fell pregnant with his kid, they were still on good terms. However, once things got chaotic, she didn't hesitate to trash him.
It was like watching the downfall of Freddie Gibbs when he first...
Damn, that shit was about to get good too. Fuck?
contacted me, I didn't know who he was, right? And then when I met up with him, he built himself up to be like this, you know, vice lord and like gangster and like coke rapper, whatever. Like built himself up to be someone that I could always
oh shit, I'm blocking. I'm
trust.
blocking.
And then I slowly saw his downfall. Like after we got beat up, and I saw like how that affected him. I saw
this
you know,
so
how
messy.
he even made a comment to me. He was like, I feel like you don't respect me after what happened in Buffalo. Whenever he would like, it would make me feel like, okay.
This nigga, bro, this nigga acting so messy. Oh my gosh, bro. Look at this.
People that know people that can protect me, right? And I always felt protected around him and his friends. And then when I saw that he wasn't really like that, I was like, oh shit,
yo, my
like,
bad.
What's going on?
Yo.
This person is not who he says he is.
Taken from one of his closest allies to an enemy overnight over allegations that he had ghosted her, she would go on to release a diss track against him and even take photos with Benny the Butcher following his chain getting snatched in Buffalo.
Let me tell you about a bum nigga named Freddie. One day he slid up in my DM, he was begging to get me. I let him shoot his shot, I never thought it'd get messy. I gave him life and this dummy turned into a deadbeat.
Once the track was released, she sounded off about her motivations, even as some pleaded with her that two wrongs don't make a right. Freddie has not been around since I was 3 months pregnant, way before any of my shenanigans. Y'all gotta stop making excuses for men who snake their own seeds. He himself only posted that he loves 3 of the kids he claims. He has never met our son, does not want to, and does not help financially. He is pathetic. Among the nastiest wars in recent memory, things between Destiny and Freddie were so tense that at one stage, she even considered raffling off the name of his kid to his sworn enemy, Academics.
Freddie, what you didn't know and you're gonna hear her admit is that when she hit me up, your child was already 2 months cooking in that belly. When she appeared on Adam 22 Plug Talk, your child was a little bit more than baby batter at that point. That's Freddie Jr. in that gun.
But a strange thing happened since then.
This thing
As even after she dropped the infamous pic of him doing what she claimed a while back on X that earned him the name Spready Gibbs, even his own enemy Academics felt for him.
I remember thinking, nah, ain't no way, ain't no fucking way. By the way, she had said she probably would never drop it, but clearly, ain't, you know, they always say, hell hath no fury way worse than a woman scorned. And I gotta be honest with you, man.
What was that post? I don't remember seeing anything about that.
I haven't eaten since I seen that motherfucking picture.
From there, he even suggested to Freddie that the fact that his new partner is on OnlyFans should be a clear-cut sign to avoid the same trajectory.
I'm not gonna relish in that happening. All I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you a good warning. Watch out for this next one, because she fit in the same bill as the first one already. OnlyFans, check.
In the game of rap, any conceivable weakness that you have will be used against you, and if you got a baby mama like Freddie or Chief Keef, you're sure to be in for a rough time. But the issue of rap's baby mama epidemic goes a lot deeper than being embarrassed by your peers. As studies have shown, in 1996, 70% of inmates in state juvenile detention centers serving long sentences were raised by single mothers. But it's not all on the women, as the figures are only slightly lower for single dads, to the point that without both parents having a stake in their lives, there's always a potential for damage. And more often than not, that's exactly what happens. So while the fact of doting fathers tend to be beloved in the culture, think Kendrick Lamar, Ice Cube, J. Cole, and Snoop, not being viewed as a deadbeat by their peers or bashed by baby mamas isn't the only reason why rappers should feel obligated to take care of their kids. The real reason is to do what's right for them. Because while a lot of the men discussed have a lot of kids with different women, having multiple baby mamas doesn't make you a deadbeat either. Just look at the example set by Lil Wayne. Weezy had his first kid at just 16, and overall, he has 4 kids with 4 baby mamas. Rather than all the public disses back and forth, both Weezy's kids and their mothers have nothing but praise for how he's conducting himself. But the men discussed have a lot of kids with different women. Having multiple baby mamas doesn't make you a deadbeat either. Just look at the example set by Lil Wayne. Weezy had his first kid at just 16, and overall, he has 4 kids.
This nigga's genes are strong as shit. I mean, these two don't really look like him that much, but these two look exactly like Wayne, bro. That's crazy. That's wild.
with 4 baby mamas. Rather than all the public disses back and forth, both Weezy's kids and their mothers have nothing but praise for how he's conducted himself. My dad taught me a lot about just being in the industry, period, Regina Carter said in an interview. With him being in the industry since he was 12 years old, he taught me to just keep a thick skin, always be true to myself, never let no one tell me what I can.
Bro, oh my gosh,
do.
facts.
As you know from his rhymes, Weezy isn't the most modest person in the world, so he has boasted about his role in his kids' lives too. I'm not on child support with any of these kids because I'm a great father, so good parenting is not determined by how much money you're paying at all. That's not what it's about. It's about being there and being the most important person in their life. But rather than being just empty words from him, baby mamas like Lauren London have also praised Weezy for taking his share of responsibility to enable the women he has kids with to pursue their own dreams as well. I'm blessed that I'm not parenting alone, Lauren London said. I have help and I get to do what I love. Wayne is a great dad. He's a great father.
Wait, I'm tripping. Laura London and Wayne have a kid? Yo, y'all gonna say I'm out the loop, but like, whoa, I did not know. Wait. Damn, I did not know that. I did not know that. What the fuck?
I have no complaints.
I did not know
why
that.
he's
That's crazy.
this way, Wayne credits his mother for teaching him to do right by his children above all else.
Her. Because I have no father. You know what I mean? I lost my father early, as I probably knew him for a good 6-7 years of my life before that happened. Other than that, man, my real pops, he walk around something that way. I'm sure he pissed because I go super hard, and I know you got friends that be like, nigga, you don't know that nigga? That nigga, that.
Unlike many of his peers who continued the cycle of abandonment, Weezy essentially intended to be the father he never had, and led with the example laid down by the woman in his life.
Yeah, it's all her though. Yeah. All her. Taught me how not to be that. Really? You know what I mean? Taught me how not the farthest of the furthest from being an immigrant mother. That was their thing. We're gonna teach this young boy how to be a man.
Now regularly seen courtside with his son Cameron at sports games, Wayne shouldn't be seen as special for looking after his kids. But in an era of baby mama drama, he stands out as an example of what not to do when fame and fortune provides you with all the opportunity to be as reckless as you could. With plenty of people already wanting to hate on hip-hop whenever they can, the baby mama epidemic just gives them another reason to tear it down, leaving so many kids in emotional anguish in the process. So in the future, let's hope that people can lead by Weezy's example rather than Future or Sosa's approach.
Oh God, man. I mean, my whole thing on this whole thing is just like, you know what I'm saying? If you gonna have the kid, bro, be in the kid's life at least. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs a parent in their life. I was lucky to have both my parents in my life. You know, I still fucked up in my life and did things, you know what I'm saying, when they told me not to do things and shit. But I can confidently say that having both my parents, like, made me a better person. Like, genuinely. So, you know, a lot of rappers, bro, you gotta do better, bro. You gotta do better, man. You gotta do better. Road to 10K, bro. I love y'all.